Welcome to Classic Screen Legend. They were the icons of our youth, gifted talents, rebels, heroes, and stars who taught us how to dream. In this video, we look back at the unforgettable faces who shaped the 1950s through the 1970s. Behind the stage lights and silver screen, these legends lived lives as dramatic as the films that made them famous. How many of these stars do you still remember today? Zsa Zsa Gabor. Beauty queen Zsa Zsa Gabor, once Miss Hungary, was less a traditional actress than a living headline. Her glamour, accent, and fearless attitude made her a Hollywood icon, with films like Moulin Rouge keeping her tied to the screen. Fame followed her marriages and scandals as much as any role. She died in 2016 at 99, leaving behind bold, unforgettable showbiz mythology. Carmen Sevilla. Carmen Sevilla embodied classic Spanish charm, warm, graceful, and effortlessly luminous. She shined in films like King of Kings and La Venganza, then became a beloved television presence. In later years, her story turned quietly tragic as Alzheimer's stole her memories. She died in 2023 at 92, honored as a symbol of beauty, kindness, and enduring popularity. Griffin Dunne. Griffin Dunne's easy, intelligent charisma made him memorable in American Werewolf in London and After Hours. Tragedy struck when his sister, Dominique Dunne, was murdered, an event that shook Hollywood and changed his life. He later focused on producing and directing, choosing craft over constant spotlight. Now 70, he's respected for resilience and lasting influence. Anthony Perkins. Anthony Perkins carried a quiet, intelligent charisma that made his work hauntingly memorable. Though Psycho brought massive fame, typecasting became a lifelong burden despite his range in films like Friendly Persuasion. In his final years, he faced devastating illness with grace. He died in 1992 at 60, remembered as an icon of psychological cinema. Barry Brown. Barry Brown had intense, youthful magnetism that hinted at major stardom. He's best remembered for Bad Company, Daisy Miller, and The Last American Hero, bringing raw feeling to 1970s cinema. But his life ended before his career could fully settle into its next chapter. He died in 1978 at 27, leaving behind cult admiration and what could have been. Billy Bob Thornton. Billy Bob Thornton's rough-edged honesty made him unforgettable in Sling Blade and Monsters Ball. After years of tabloid attention and health struggles, he leaned into music and character-driven work, choosing roles more selectively. Now 70, he remains a storyteller defined by reinvention, actor, writer, director, and musician. Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe's striking face and fearless intensity turned him into cinema's ultimate shapeshifter. From Platoon to The Lighthouse, he keeps choosing risk over comfort, even when roles demand emotional extremes. Now 70, he's admired for discipline and curiosity, proving longevity comes from brave choices. Jack Klugman. Jack Klugman's everyman warmth made him unforgettable in 12 Angry Men and later The Odd Couple. In the late 1980s, throat cancer stole his voice, and he fought back, relearning how to speak and returning to work. He died in 2012 at 90, leaving a legacy of grit, humor, and human truth. Tony Randall. Tony Randall's bright wit and elegant timing made him a treasured American TV star, especially in The Odd Couple. Behind the laughs, he rebuilt his life later, becoming a father in his late 70s. He slowed down only as illness advanced. He died in 2004 at 84, remembered for intelligence, warmth, and classic comedy grace. James Caan. James Caan's magnetic presence defined a golden era of American cinema. Beyond iconic roles in The Godfather and Misery, his life was marked by personal struggles that sometimes dimmed his brilliance, yet he never lost that raw power. He died in 2022 at 82, leaving a legacy of intensity and unforgettable screen force. Robert Mitchum. Robert Mitchum's cool, dangerous elegance made him a permanent film legend. With classics like Out of the Past and The Night of the Hunter, he defined an era, while his hard-living image and legal troubles fueled controversy. Later, heavy smoking damaged his health and slowed his work. He died in 1997 at 79, remembered as noir's enduring symbol. Peter Sellers. Peter Sellers was a rare comic genius. From Dr. Strangelove to the Pink Panther, his brilliance was undeniable. Yet his private life was marked by emotional turmoil and serious health problems. Heart troubles repeatedly sidelined him. He died in 1980 at 54, leaving comedy forever changed in his wake. Glenn Ford. Glenn Ford was one of Hollywood's most reliable leading men, mastering the art of quiet strength. From Gilda to 3:10 to Yuma, his screen presence felt natural and deeply human. Serious heart and circulation problems forced him to stop acting in the early 1990s, followed by strokes. He died in 2006 at 90, celebrated for timeless grit and dignity. Joan Leslie. Joan Leslie's sweet, luminous beauty made her the classic girl next door of Hollywood's golden years. At her peak in Sergeant York and Yankee Doodle Dandy, she felt like the face of wartime-era hope. After marrying a doctor, she largely stepped away to raise her twin daughters, choosing family over fame. She died in 2015 at 90, leaving timeless grace on screen. Francesca Hilton. Francesca Hilton lived in the shadow of a famous name. As the daughter of Zsa Zsa Gabor and Conrad Hilton, she was known more for family drama than film stardom, though she appeared in projects like A Safe Place. Her later years were marked by financial hardship and public legal battles. She died in 2015 at 67, remembered as a tragic figure of Hollywood lineage. Joey Heatherton. Joey Heatherton dazzled as a 1960s variety sensation, glamorous, flirtatious, and unforgettable on stage and television. But as personal struggles and public incidents piled up, the spotlight cooled, and she stepped away. Now 81, she remains remembered as a brilliant, volatile spark from a bygone era. Thank you for watching. As we close this chapter, remember, Hollywood's golden age wasn't built only by the biggest legends, but also by the overlooked faces who carried countless scenes. Some lives played out like fairy tales. Others became cautionary stories. But each one left a trace of beauty, ambition, and human cost behind the glamour. If these stories moved you, please like, subscribe, and share, so their names aren't forgotten again.